Hello everyone, TFG1Mike here from the Geekcast Radio Network, and I was hoping today would have been pretty positive. I mean, the day started out great. I had a few cool discussions with some people in my building and got something pretty awesome in the mail and decided to take a walk since it was a really nice day. Turns out that wasn't the best idea, because on the way home from the store, which is 12 blocks from my apartment, the nearest Kroger is 12 blocks away. This part of Louisville that I live in now is bordering on the west end of town, and I'm used to kind of the east end of town where there's stores everywhere. Around this area, we've got nothing but factories and really horribly abandoned homes, for the most part. So the nearest Kroger, as I said, is about 12 blocks away. I was fine, for the most part, until the walk home, as I've already stated. I was born with a mild case of cerebral palsy. According to my mom, the doctor was drunk and screwed up the birth. That's just the story, the way my mom tells the story. Now, for those of you that don't know, the cerebral palsy affects the right side of my body. So, down here, as you can see my hand here, I do not have very good range of motion. I can pretty much only carry things for a brief period of time with my right hand. So pretty much I'm a lefty, and I've been a lefty all my life. The problem with this is, if something happens to the left side of my body, whether it's my arm or my foot or whatever, I really can't do any. My leg, it's a little different. I can deal with that. But when it comes to my left arm, I really can't do anything. On the way home, I misjudged or whatever on the sidewalk, and I ended up tripping, falling, and doing this to my elbow. Now this, and I know the camera's a little, stupid camera, come on, focus, you screwball. Now this looks a lot worse than it actually is. It's basically caked on, dried on blood at this point. But yeah, I ended up scraping my elbow. It's not really that big of a deal now. I had adrenaline pumping and was a lot more angry when it happened. I was more so angry at myself than the sidewalk. When I got home, I took a picture, put it on Twitter and Facebook, and I believe it's at Shockwave75 on Twitter. Michael Turner. Hey dude, you put your last name out there on Twitter, so I'm going to say it here, but I believe it's at Shockwave75 on Twitter, asked me if a zombie bit me. And I said, no, the sidewalk. And he basically termed it Night of the Living Sidewalk. So that was kind of funny. But here's the thing, folks. I just wanted to get home. I had my groceries in my backpack that I was wearing at the time. I just wanted to get home so I could try to do something with this arm, try to do something to soothe the pain. As I'm walking down the street to go back home, I'm probably 4 blocks away from my apartment building, and I noticed a woman coming out of a house across the street from the sidewalk that I was walking on, and she was going to her car. At this point, I still had leaves and brush and just horrible stuff inside my wound here. And I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I was about 5 feet away from this woman. I wasn't anywhere near her car. I wasn't right next to her. I was on the sidewalk. She was on the street getting something or putting something, getting something out of her trunk or putting something in her trunk. I don't know. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." About 3 blocks back, I slipped and fell on the sidewalk, and I showed her my injury. I showed her my elbow. I said, "I just live right up the street there. It's not that far. Could you possibly bring me home?" so I can take care of this wound. She's like, oh, well, I just moved here. I don't know a lot of people now. Keep in mind, folks, I've been living in Kentucky for 23 years at this point. When I first got here, my dad and my then stepmother and everybody under the sun said, oh, Kentucky is so great. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody will do anything for you at the drop of a hat. Not so much. And I understand this woman did say she was not from here. She just moved here. I understand that. But if someone, what happened to the Good Samaritan law or the Good Samaritan rule? And I know you don't always have to follow the Good Samaritan law, but if someone asks you for help, a ride to their apartment, and I know it's, don't talk to strangers, and I was raised that way and everything else, but I mean, I don't know, it's just one of those things that just kind of like, okay, sure, I understand you're not from here, but I can show you it's right up the street. It's not that far, and I'm in a lot of pain at that time. I was in a lot of pain. And she said, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going out that much. I'm not going out anywhere right now, and I just moved here and whatever else. So I said, okay, thank you, and I walked away. In the middle of this, as I'm walking away, she turns and looks at me again and sees my right arm. And the words out of her mouth were, oh, you're handicapped. Well, sure, I'll take you home. Are you kidding me? Okay, look, folks, I do not make a big deal out of my disability. I try my best not to pull the disability card. I like viewing myself as a somewhat normal human being for the most part. And the fact that this woman had the gall to say, oh, you're handicapped, sure, I'll help you. Are you fucking kidding me? I said, no, ma'am, that's all right. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll be all right. And I went and I walked home and I took care of it. But it's like, what the I'm trying not to curse people. I'm trying not to stay angry at this because this is already, like, my adrenaline's not pumping anymore. If I had done this video when I first got home, you'd hear a hell of a lot more curse words than what I've been trying not to use at this point. But seriously, folks, if someone shows you that they are bleeding, and I understand not everybody, it's a Good Samaritan law, it's a Good Samaritan rule, whatever the hell it's called, I understand not everyone has to do it. But if someone says, hey, I'm bleeding, I'm in pain, can you help me get home, which is less than 4 blocks from where your car is? I mean, come on, what the hell? And it's just the whole thing of after the fact of, oh, you're handicapped. I got made fun of all my life because of the cerebral palsy. I get it, I understand, whatever. It doesn't really bother me that much anymore. I don't get made fun of a lot anymore. Because mainly I basically stay in my apartment and I don't interact with the real frigging world. One of the reasons why I stay in my apartment is shit like this doesn't happen. So, yeah. I was really ready to start Halloween off being really positive and just ready to go into November being very, very positive, and while this is not going to ruin my entire outlook of the month of November here in 2016, how can a good day go so friggin' bad? Maybe next time that woman needs some help, somebody won't help her. I mean, I don't want to sit here and wish something bad on somebody because I don't want people wishing bad things to happen to me, but karma is a bitch. I don't know, folks. I'll catch you later. Hopefully, I was really hoping to have a really positive video. Over the last 2 videos I've done, or last 2 or 3 videos I've done, it's been negative rants on my audio issues, which hopefully are fixed at this point. I was really hoping to have a positive kind of Halloween video for you guys, even though I'm not that into Halloween other than watching It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. But yeah, Halloween kind of... I am basically anti-Halloween this year, so... I'll catch you later, folks. TFG1Mike signing off.